Hey everyone, Gabe Alguera here from drumbeatsonline.com, a website that helps you achieve your drumming dream. Today we are talking about 10 things that drummers do wrong at gigs. And trust me, I have made all of these mistakes, so I know that they're really not the best things to do. So let's jump into it. Number 1, not bringing a drum key. Dang it. Having a drum key at a show is absolutely vital for multiple reasons. 1, if you're using a house kit and it sounds like crap, you might want to tune it up and make it sound a little bit better. 2, if you break one of your heads and have to replace it real quick, you're gonna need a drum key. The 3rd reason is some hardware actually requires a drum key to adjust, like mine. So keep a drum key on your keys, keep a drum key in your stick bag, keep a drum key in your backpack because you're gonna lose them, so try to always have one on hand somewhere. The second thing that drummers do wrong at gigs is not have a click track prepared for every single song. I'm of the mindset that you should always play with a click track to stay on time. The reality is when you get on stage, your adrenaline is rushing, and so you're gonna start rushing every song. It takes a lot of the pressure off of you, especially if you're starting off the song. If you know exactly what the tempo is and you can hear it, then the whole band is just gonna be a little bit more at ease. But if you're super punk rock and you're like, no way man, my band doesn't play to a click, then maybe just have them prepared as reference clicks. So before you play the song, you can just press the metronome and say, okay, this is where the tempo is supposed to be, then turn it off and go from there. The 3rd thing that drummers do wrong at gigs is letting their nerves lead to mistakes. Now trust me, I know that stage fright is very real, but I would always recommend before getting on stage, just taking a minute to close your eyes, maybe do like a soft meditation, which I know sounds silly, but it really does help. During this time, I try to be very focused on my breathing, and I try to boost my confidence by giving myself mantras like saying, Gabe, you've got this, you are gonna do a great job, you prepared for this, and you're a great drummer. I know it sounds silly and a little bit conceited, but if you're anything like me, the voice in your head before you go on stage is generally saying the exact opposite thing. So before you go on stage, flood your head with positive thoughts because the reality is you prepared for this and you really do have it. The 4th thing that drummers do wrong is let their mistakes ruin their set. Whether you have nerves or not, or whether it's your first show or your 100th show, mistakes are still gonna happen. But it's what you do with those mistakes that can make or break your show. I know that when you make a mistake on stage, it's super scary and your brain goes into this panic mode that leads you into making so many more mistakes. But if you're able to have a short memory about it and say, oh, I made a mistake, that's in the past, now let's just keep having a great rest of my set, then you're gonna be in good shape. Because the reality is one snare hit in a set is not gonna ruin your show. Honestly, no one will notice. But if you start making a whole bunch of mistakes after that because your brain can't get out of panic mode, then it might ruin your set. The 5th thing is not having a good spot for spare sticks, or even worse, not having any spare sticks at all. First of all, you should always have spare sticks because sticks break and you drop sticks. Whether you like it or not, that's something that's going to happen at some point. So be prepared and have sticks set in multiple places on your drum set. So for me, I always try to have some sticks in a stick caddy right under my hi-hat in case something happens to my left stick. Then I might even put a pair of sticks on my bass drum just to have them in the middle for easy access if I drop one. The only annoying thing is sometimes when you put them on the bass drum, they end up falling off, but it's still just a good extra place to have the sticks. And then finally, I'll generally attach my stick bag to my floor tom, so if anything happens to my right stick, I can grab it from my floor tom. If you can't attach it, you can always just lean your stick bag on your floor tom for the same effect. Number 6 is not thinking about transitions. Now, as drummers, we are generally in charge of counting off most songs. So if you haven't talked to your band about how you're going to transition from song to song, that's something that could really make your set pretty awkward. Always try to go through your set list with your band and say, okay, when is the lead singer going to pause and maybe say something to the crowd? And what are the songs that are just going right into each other? That way you can be prepared to go right into the next song or pause if you need to, so that there's either no dead, weird space on stage, or so you're not starting a song right when the lead singer is about to address the crowd. Number 7 is either hitting too loud or too quiet for your environment. I think we've all been to those small club shows where the drummer is hitting so hard and so loud that we can't even hear the rest of the band. And this one might be a little bit more rare, but I've also been to shows where drummers are hitting so quietly that there's just no energy in the set at all. So always just be aware of your environment. If you're at a super small bar gig, either adjust your gear to quieter cymbals or quieter drums if possible, or maybe just lay back a little bit so that everything can be nice and even. Or if you're playing a bigger gig and your drums are all mic'd up, make sure you really lay into them to get the best sound out of them so the audience can really feel your drums. Number 8 is overplaying. It's very interesting now because we live in an age where we make a lot of drum videos, and in these drum videos, we want to showcase our ability, which is awesome. However, it is very important to have the understanding of when you are supposed to bust out that insane chop or not. In a drum cover, it might sound awesome, but if you're playing in a pop gig where you're supposed to be playing 4 on the floor the whole time, and you bust out a 30-second note chop, that might not be the best place for it. Number 9 is bad stage presence. You want to make sure that you are fitting in well with the overall energy of the band. So if you play in a high energy band, make sure that you are really giving the song the energy that it deserves. When I play with I Prevail, I'm hitting really hard and I'm going a little bit crazy. But if I play in a slow indie rock band, I'm not going to be standing up behind my kit and going crazy. I'm gonna wanna match the energy of the music and the rest of my bandmates. And the 10th mistake that drummers make at a gig is not hanging out after the show and watching the other bands play. If you just play your set, get up and leave, you're missing out on some huge networking opportunities. Plus, just being supportive of the music scene is really important. Making friends with other musicians is hugely important in getting more opportunities to play more shows. So don't skip out right when you're done playing. Sit down, hang out, try to make some new conversations and some new friends. So if you're an aspiring working drummer and you want to take more steps to become a successful working drummer, you can check out my free video series called The Working Drummer Roadmap. This is just a short 3-lesson video course that will put you along the right path to achieving your drumming dream. If you want to check it out, feel free to click right here or in the link in the description below. So those are my 10 things that drummers do wrong at gigs. Were there any that I missed? If so, let me know in the comment section below, or just tell me a really funny gig story because those are always interesting. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.